Chapter 7's lore has been so peak, and we've gotten the return of the Seven, the Last Reality, and most importantly, Geno. So in today's video, I'm going to tell the entire story of Chapter 7.
Visitor, you're different. I remember you being taller.
This is your last chance, Fish. You hear?
What the seven of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever.
There is only the 0 point. Everything else is irrelevant.
Geno. It's always been Geno.
Sometimes fate is inevitable.
The last reality is at hand!
And the fate of the Seven is unknown.
To understand Chapter 7's lore, you have to go all the way back to Chapter 4 Season OG. In OG, Jones was sent by Dr. Sloan for a time heist where he was going to split the 0 point and reset the Omniverse. Jones strapped the time machine to the Seven's rocket and the Omniverse was reset, leaving 0 shards across different realities, which were Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7, and any other places we have seen a 0 shard. In Chapter 5, we follow Jones, the High Society, and the Underground. Jones teams up with the Underground where he meets Hope. The Underground fights with the High Society and eventually the Underground wins. Valeria, who's the leader of the High Society and Hope's sister, becomes fascinated with the 0 point and Pandora's box. She opens it and Greek gods come out. Hope, during this time, starts getting visions into the future. Then, Hope and Jones fight the Greek gods until Zeus strikes Pandora's box, creating a sandstorm to hit the island. The sandstorm brings Megalodon, who most people theorize to be Gunner from the Imagined Order because of the similar body shape. Megalodon is the leader of the desert, and he has been harvesting this substance called nitro, which is unstable. But Megalodon does have someone in control of him, which is the Wanderer. After some time, the Wanderer kills Megalodon, showing his true identity as Dr. Doom. Hope, Jones, and heroes from Marvel fight Dr. Doom and win. After this, Hope and Jones are on the search for more 0 shards to protect, and they go to Chapter 6. In Chapter 6, Jones and Hope meet Dago, Jade, and Kendo, who are siblings. In Chapter 6, we learn that power has been forbidden on the island until the 0 shard crashed and caused the spirit realm to open. To enter the spirit realm, you must be a demon spirit or have an Oni mask that gives you dark magic. Dago becomes obsessed with this dark magic and gives Jade an Oni mask. Jade gets trapped in the spirit realm and Dago goes to save her. Then, Dago saves her and he faces Shogun X, resulting in the portal becoming gold. This brings Fletcher Kane, a guy who's extremely rich and taxing the island. Dago, when coming in contact with the spirit realm, says that something is telling him to go back into it. Dago makes a deal with Kane that Dago would give Kane a lot of gold if he built the portal to the spirit realm. Kane agreed, and Dago jumped into the portal. Dago was possessed by the dark presence, and he came back to Chapter 6's Island Evil. Hope and Jones met up with Midas, and together they built the Supernova Academy, where they trained people with powers. The Supernovas, after training, fight Dago, but it's too late. He has summoned the dark presence, and the Supernovas tried to stop him, but they couldn't. And that's when Superman came in and saved the day. But he left a tentacle, which caused bugs to start growing out of it. Bugs were all over the map, and a new faction called OXR was there to stop them. Hope and Jones realize that a portal has opened to the dark presence, and they try to stop them, but Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons abducted them and when trying to take the Zero Shard from the Dark Presence, they entered a wormhole, and only a small piece from the shard broke off. Hope and Jones end up on Springfield Island. Homer gets a piece of the Zero Shard and starts changing the island. Hope and Jones eventually get it back, and they go to the island to fight the Dark Presence. The fight ends with Jones spawning the red cube, and the mech kicking into the Dark Presence, which I'll talk more about later. When the Dark Presence is defeated, the Chapter 6 island gets restored. Hope and Jones continue their searches for more Zero Shards, bringing us to Chapter 7. In Chapter 7, we see a Zero Shard stationed at Innerloop Labs. The Loopers are at peace, until suddenly, Dark Voyager's ship came out of nowhere and took over the Zero Shard, creating lethal labs. After this, Hope lost her visions, and she couldn't see into the future anymore. Jones begins connecting the dots from the Dark Voyager and what happened in his past from Reality Zero. Jones sends out a distress call, and the order from the Seven arrives. The order crashes just outside of Classified Canyon using a meteorite. When the order first arrives, she investigates the Zero Point. While doing this, she reflects on the Seven and what happened. Because of this, she starts gathering parts to contact allies to fight the Dark Voyager. The Order infiltrates Lethal Labs to figure out more and says that the Dark Voyager ship, the Dark Harvester, is connected to the last reality. She is captured and imprisoned by the Dark Voyager. The Looper saves her using a rift, and she is able to get out. The Dark Voyager then leaves with a golden rift, and then comes back with another Zero Shard. Hope, Jones, and Order knew they weren't ready to fight him just yet, and that they would have to build up their forces before fighting. The Order wanted to send out a distress call for the rest of the Seven, so she looked at old blueprints left behind by the scientists, and had the Looper build an antenna to contact the Seven. Soon after, a red rift appeared above the Golden Coast. After this, Hope informs the Looper that she has received a transmission from the Elites, which is a new team of skilled fighters including Dago, Jules, Lexa, Orin, and their leader Zadie. Hope says to them that they should come join the Seven and fight against the Dark Voyager. While this is happening, the Dark Voyager kidnaps Fishstick.
This is your last chance, Fish. Here.
The Dark Voyager arrives back to Chapter 7 and shoots an energy beam into the 0 point, causing rift portals to branch out and change POIs. Hope tells the Looper to investigate these changes near the POIs. And then, we enter Chapter 7, Season 2, Showdown.
We never saw it coming. The Dark Voyager's attack caught us off guard. He's reassembling the 0 point. And now, he's not alone.
The signal's coming from in there? Seriously?
No more Mr. Ice Guy.
Season 2 is split into different acts, with there being 4 acts. In Act 1 of Season 2, the Foundation returns. Frigid Fortress is the lair of the Ice King. The Ice King is now working with the Dark Voyager, and the Foundation, who has been missing, says while he was in a battle, he was frozen by the Ice King and put into his collection, which has the most powerful artifacts from across realities. After the new POIs arrive from the 0 point and the 0 shards, the Order receives a signal from Foundation suits, and she heats it up, allowing him to escape. In Act 2, we learn more about the elites. Their home reality is Reality 337. The Dark Voyager has been scouting for 0 shard signatures, which allows Jules to get to the Golden Coast. In Reality 337, the Elite Stronghold has the final 7th 0 shard. The Dark Harvester comes to steal it, and the elites shoot the ship and defend as much as possible, but it's not enough, and the Dark Harvester takes the shard. But something happened during this time. While the Dark Harvester was searching for 0 shards, he ended up in Save the World's reality, where Jess and Penny accidentally got to Chapter 7's island. Jess and Penny then helped the 7 against the Dark Voyager. Hope and Jones on Chapter 7 were able to link into the 7's old servers. AMIE then confirms the fate of the 7.
The Imagined. Status: deceased.
It is important for all of us, including the 7, to remember what we're fighting for. The island, reality itself, and most importantly, you, the Loopers.
I'll remember it, sister. For both of us. The Origin. Status: lost to the Chrome.
I won't watch another world end. We've got to win this. Secretly inside Looper. Another fallen general.
I don't want to do this without him. But we will. We have to. The Scientist. Status. Lost to the Chrome.
Everything's my fault, so whatever happens to me, I deserve it. I'm sorry it ended like this.
I'm sorry I didn't find you in time. I'm going to make you proud. The Visitor, Reality 0. Status: lost to the Chrome.
Do you think he suffered?
In our line of work, the best we can hope for is fast and painless.
And yet, dedication such as ours is always paid in agony.
The Paradigm. Status: sacrificed to 0 fusion.
I've done everything I can. This is your fight now.
I'm sorry we ever doubted you. Your sacrifice meant everything.
Sometimes fate is inevitable.
Now, in Act 3, heroes from Overwatch end up in Chapter 7's reality and help the 7 fight against the Ice King and Dark Voyager. In Act 4, the epilogue, the Dark Voyager is going to attempt to restore the 0 point while Foundation and Ice King settle their score. The Foundation, Jones, and the Visitor are preparing for the Dark Voyager's final strike. A rift appears over the final shard at Frigid Fortress, and the Dark Voyager is ready to take the shard.
Ice King! Hear me!
No, whoa, Foundation, what are you doing?
You. The strong man finally decides to show up.
It doesn't have to be like this. Give us the shard and end this now.
Fool. There is no stopping this.
Doors are opening.
Now witness the world remade!
Go time. Give the word.
You better hope that I never break free.
That's better.
The Foundation is finished. You've played your part well, Ice King. Consider our agreement complete.
They've reformed the 0 point.
Yes. The mission has failed.
Our enemies were one step ahead of us the whole time.
How is this possible?
Incoming! We got a problem here.
Actually, everything is going according to plan.
What is this?
Geno! It's been you all along?
The 7 may still prove useful to me. I fear the same cannot be said for you, Agent Jones.
What are your orders, Master?
So now, it's Chapter 7 Season 3. And wow, there's so much lore already. In the event, it was revealed that Geno was the Visitor, and he's been pulling the strings all along. This entire time, Geno was pretending to be the Visitor from a different reality, and leaking information to the Dark Voyager, which explains why the 7 have been failing. After the event, the 0 point is fully restored. The 0 point being restored has made it destabilize. This destabilized 0 point has affected the island by bringing sprites back. The loopers have been extracting these sprites and putting them into the 0 point to stabilize it again. The Order mentions how she's the only one of the 7 since the Foundation went missing again. So she says that they need more people to fight against the Dark Voyager and stabilizing the 0 point. Geno has been the one making the 7 think that they need to stabilize the 0 point rather than focusing on the Dark Voyager so he can achieve his goals. We still don't know Geno's goals, but I think it is to rebuild the Imagined Order. We can see this because he has gotten Sloane and Singularity to join the 7. Also, the elites having old IO employees might make Geno combine the 7 and the elites to rebuild the Imagined Order. Geno is also remaking the Vault, which backs up this theory since the Vault is where the Imagined Order has kept the 0 point. After the event, Jones survived and is currently being healed on the map. The Visitor refuses to tell Hope about how Jones got shot, and it makes Hope feel uneasy. Hope in the new season has slowly been getting her visions back, and the Looper has helped her. Hope is starting to get really close to figuring out what actually happened to Jones because of her visions. Singularity reveals that she was the one piloting the mech in 0 Hour, and that when she was coming to Chapter 7, her mech was destroyed by the Dark Voyager, which is most likely an order from Geno. While the Visitor and Singularity are talking, he brings up the Imagined Order, with Singularity responding that she has no loyalty to them. She says that she hated the Imagined Order because of Geno. Geno, after this, probably tries to slowly persuade her into liking the Imagined Order, so that when he does rebuild the IO, she will join. Singularity says that she liked the Imagined Order at first, but Geno started becoming more controlling, and wanted everything to have perfect order, and that's when she started hating it. The Dark Voyager is starting to brainwash people on the island. Serve the Voyager. Trust the Voyager. Obey the Voyager. On the island, the Dark Voyager has created a dystopian city where he's gaining control over the people and having them follow him. He's doing this so the Last Reality's plan of destroying everything and there being nothing can happen without many people fighting back. At some point, I theorize that Geno will betray the Last Reality, and that's when he'll try to rebuild the Imagined Order. Once he does that, I think he'll try to take over parts of the island and stop the Dark Voyager by having loopers and people around the island join the Imagined Order. But anyways, guys, that is the entirety of Chapter 7's story, fully explained. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.